We're live.
All right, and we're back. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in such a long time. I had a couple
It
weeks
does seem
off,
like a long
and
time.
wife's doing a lot better and all that. So welcome to Reptile Hangouts. It's been a minute since you've heard my annoying voice, and I'm back here for you. So a lot to unpack tonight, but to start us off, we love the UASRK, and we love them so much because they take very good care of our rights as hobbyists. Nick, why don't you elaborate on that?
Yeah, UASRK, United States Association of Reptile Keepers. They're the only organization in our country that's fighting for our rights as reptile keepers, constantly combing through the legislation, making sure that they're not infringing on our abilities to be able to keep the animals we love to keep. So if you are into that, and you should be if you're a reptile keeper, go to usark.org, check it out, consider becoming a member. You can do it for very inexpensive, and you can support the cause. So definitely check out usark.org. We have a link in our description for this video.
Definitely. So before we get into the main action today, just a quick little life update for everybody. Our original chameleon, our female veiled, she has been moved to a full-size enclosure now, hooked up with the Miss King and everything, doing great, loving it. So that's a quick little reptile update. Oh, I did want to shout out our friends over at TNT Mantids. We got some beautiful stuff in the mail from them today. It's gonna be hard to see. Where's my camera? There it is. So we got a little
wow.
Gorgeous. And we got so many of these. We might actually there's a little guy in there too. Yeah, so we're probably gonna make a video on that. But huge shout out to Tosh and TNT. Thank you guys very much. Very punctual, very knowledgeable. Gotta love them. So other life update, you probably realized I wasn't here last week. Wife just wasn't feeling that great, and being late stage or late term in the pregnancy, we just get a little nervous. It's our first one. So, but she's doing great. Baby's perfect. So here I am back again. Nick, hit us with what you got.
You might also notice our buddy Gabe's not here this evening. He's also dealing with a significant other who is under the weather tonight. Different reasons. Seems like she might have caught a bug, so definitely keep Carrie in your thoughts. I'm sure she'll be feeling better ASAP, but he is not with us tonight, so we miss you, buddy. Other than that, what do I have going on here? Same old stuff, man. Maintenance every other day, feeding everything. But we are gearing up and getting ready to do some pairing sometime in the next, I don't know, 15 to 30 days. I don't do it at the same exact time every year, but definitely soon we're going to go ahead and start pairing geckos up again here at Gecko Galaxy so we can produce this year's babies. And it's going to be some Crested Gecko pairs and some Gargoyle Gecko pairs again this year. The Chihuahuas will be next year. Fingers crossed everything works out with that.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here, other than still working on custom terrarium backgrounds. I had a breakthrough.
Still waiting on mine.
I know. I had a breakthrough case of COVID. Myself and my son caught COVID within the last week or so, and we're feeling pretty under the weather, but we're better now, obviously. So that's put a damper on background making, but we're getting back into it. So
definitely. So one more thing. You guys didn't think we would forget, did you? Thank you so much for getting us over 100 subscribers. We are just now trying to get this plane off the ground, and we're giving it our all, and we're being well received by you guys. So thank you very much for that. Every single one of you means so much, and I can't say it any better. Just thank you so very much for that. We really appreciate
thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. The response to the show has been really nice, and as well as getting some of our other videos out there. So if you do subscribe to the channel, I want to say comment on the videos, tell us what you want to see, like always. If you want to see us do a show on something particular, if you want to see more other content in the realm of what we make, stuff that in our collection. Field herping, of course, this time of year kind of sucks for that, but when the season comes around again, just let us know.
All right. Yeah, we love hearing from you guys, and we take everything you say to heart. I mean that sincerely. And now here we are. Without further ado, very special guest of the week, our interview with Morph Menagerie. How are you guys tonight?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. How's it going?
Wow, what a beautiful background. You guys one or two geckos? What is it? Just a couple?
Three.
Couple.
That's not many.
Just three.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Looks awesome.
I heard that you guys said you had COVID. I just tested because yesterday I was on my butt, not good. And it said negative, but I don't know. Even the at-home tests I know haven't been always accurate, but it's been a rough couple of days. But
yeah, well, I definitely hope you feel better. COVID ain't no joke
for sure.
Yeah,
it knocked me and my son down for sure.
Yeah,
we both
glad
tested
everybody's
positive.
better though.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. So yeah, like my brother Charles said, this is Brett and Gabby of Morph Menagerie.
Hi.
So hi. We met you guys briefly at Tinley. Bought a gecko from you. Mostly talked about whether or not I wanted to buy that other gecko about 15 different times, but we didn't really get a chance to talk. So reached out to you guys and you agreed to come on. We really appreciate you coming on and talking to us.
We're happy to be here. Thank you for inviting us. It's an honor to come and hang out with you guys. So we're excited.
Oh well, thank you.
Thank you. So husband and wife team. That's awesome. How does this work? Is it one of you reptiles first, other one later, both of you reptiles all the time? What's the beginnings for Morph Menagerie?
So the beginning of it was she was the reptile person. She grew up in South Florida, so I mean it's all reptiles all the time. I never had reptiles as a kid, but I was always up for it. So when we were together and dating, and she was like, I really want to get back into to reptiles. And I think when I met her, she was breeding ball pythons and she had some other stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, I'm totally down with this life. So
here, meet my Leachianis gecko. And I think I had either 1 or 3 leachies at that time, and I was breeding ball pythons. And after we got married, I had done cresteds prior, and a huge ball python operation and a big crested operation, all before Facebook was a thing, all before we were buying off of Fauna, Fauna and kingsnake.com, the two, original,
I still shop on Fauna and post on Fauna.
I didn't even know it was still a thing. Is it
it's
still
a thing? Pretty alive and well. Fauna is. Kingsnake is not. I
was about to say, I made a comment a month ago about, hey, just hop on Kingsnake. And they're like, what? That doesn't exist anymore.
That's when I started. Fauna wasn't out yet, and then Fauna had come out after, shortly after. But tracking lineage at the time wasn't a thing. It was so interesting, And then so I got out of it, and then got back into it, and that's when Brett and I met, and we've been together for about 10 years now. So for a while, had smaller projects, but when about 4 to 5 years ago, we said, let's just really do it and do it right. So we built the best that we could. And in my opinion, and I think Brett feels the same way, invested in what we really wanted and what we really liked, rather than oh my God, let's just get whatever's breedable at the moment. Because, looking at parents and picking out really nice genes and stuff like that is a lot more fun and gratifying to watch something grow rather than just get whatever is available.
Yeah,
so.
Of course.
Yeah, investing and playing the long game has definitely been more satisfying than just trying to find stuff that'll breed now.
Awesome. Yeah, do you guys do this out of your home, or do you have a separate location? Nice.
This is our home.
The reptile room going on.
It's our loft, and then we also have another room. We're gonna at some point post a video of the other room because it's also a lot.
Yeah,
I think there's actually more enclosures in our other room than there is in here, but our adults are out here, so it's more vast.
Gotcha.
Yes, and I was gonna say something else, and I just can't remember anything as it comes to my head, so don't mind me.
It happens. It'll come back. It happens to me all the time.
Oh,
you just gotta
look for a store. We want a storefront.
That's the next move.
Okay, so a storefront. Got you.
Yeah.
So that's all exotic shop that also sells dry goods, supplies, feeders, all that stuff. Awesome.
All the things, and specialty plants and some other fun things that we have cooking up that I think are different and set us aside from others, just because you want to try to be different where you can. So
definitely.
Is there anything? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. In my personal experience, that would be very nice to have around here, because when I need specialty plants or pet safe plants for specific things, I often have to go to a local plant emporium type place, and they don't always have what I want, and their stuff is treated with all natural insecticides, so it can be washed off, but makes me worried about my custodians and my bioactive setups and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
And I think there's a big demand. Raleigh's a big area. There's tons of people, and every time we do shows, it's always a huge turnout, and it does very well. So we definitely feel that there's a need, and having as many animals as we have at some point, like we need room for our human beings. And we also have 3 Great Danes. So there's a lot of space taken.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. One of them, I'm sure at some point will come and say hi. They always do.
Well, you have a little something like that going on, don't you, bro?
Yeah, I got a Great Dane Rottweiler mix.
Oh, nice.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. So cute.
Yeah.
If I could corral her and keep her calm in here, I would. I might try it.
She's a wrecking ball. Yeah,
I think we might need to see her, so you know.
The chameleons might literally die if she walks in here.
Yeah.
She is a bull in a china shop.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah,
but,
and that was going to be my question when I let him go was what did you think for as far as demand in your area for an all exotic shop like that or a specialty shop? So it sounds like you put some thought into it and it could really do good for you guys. So
yeah,
I wish you the best of luck there. Hopefully it pans out.
We hope so too. I think it would. We both feel that it would be really vital to our area and helping. The comment that we get so frequently is, well, that's not what they told me at PetSmart. Well, I'm not going to say any bad words, but no, Yeah.
Oh, you can say whatever you want on this podcast. It's fine.
Definitely. No, definitely. Literally whatever you want. And
they don't know what they're talking about. No offense to people who work. Everybody works really hard, but every different species has different needs. And being told that you are supposed to feed them something that they're not supposed to, or house them in something that you're not supposed to. Like, I feel like some of it is just so, overdone, or like they try to oversell certain things or undersell. I don't know. There's just a need for proper education.
Definitely. Yeah, we had a whole almost episode on the miseducation. That's not right. Misinformation of the general public and the pet store people and care sheets that don't really cover everything. You might be able to keep something alive barely, but is it right?
Well, even if these stores wanted to like send their employees for a class, like we would teach it. Like there just needs to be better education out there. You know what I mean?
I like that idea. I really like that idea.
Why not? Why not do better for the animals? So
that should be the goal of every pet store, including large chain stores. I mean, they like to put on the persona that's the goal, but I think it's really just moving things and keeping bodies on the floor and talking to customers and upselling, basically is what you're just trying to do at that point.
Oh, yeah.
So, exactly. And I think they give them like a 7-day health guarantee, which 7-day usually you can determine if like the person is the one who killed the animal or you know what I mean? Or if the animal is ill. But, they're just not
sometimes sometimes things take longer than that for sure. I mean, in my experience, I've had things that I've gotten from even breeders, and had for quite some time, and then all of a sudden something seems to go downhill, and before you know it, you're sitting on a dead animal. It does happen.
It does happen. It's not unheard of. It's just there's a lot likelier chance if you're not properly educated on your animals.
Definitely,
for sure.
Definitely,
we can all preach something. I know it.
Oh yeah,
definitely, definitely. So you guys do a lot with geckos. What? And this is for both of you to answer independently. What is your favorite reptile? Now
Ooh.
If you were going to take one reptile and put it in a display case the size of a room that you could just look at and see every day, what would it be? That's the way I want to ask that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's a toss-up. I've always loved Lucianus because as soon as I went over her house and
me too
picked him for the first time and held like a full-grown leech, I'm like, I gotta have these. I gotta have all of them. But also, I have a Mexican black king snake that I just absolutely love. Like, I love taking her out all the time, and she's great. It's not really what we do. It's sort of, she's just a pet, but she's totally awesome. I love her. Yeah. So, it would have to be between those two. Probably the Leechy because it was the first love.
There you go.
That's a hard question for somebody who has a million different reptiles. we have Yuris, Lychees, Cresteds, Gargoyles, and then
Chihuahuas?
And a Chihuahua. One.
Oh, just the one?
I know this is going to sound so crazy out of all the animals we have. I'm obsessed with, and I mean obsessively in love with, our jumping spider.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yep. All right, so that's a big note.
This is too hard of a question. If I can only pick one animal for the rest of my life to stare at, I don't even know. Maybe
not to keep, but like if you wanted it on display, the thing that would bring you the most joy.
Yeah.
Look at.
Honestly, I love my jumping spider.
That's an acceptable answer. Yeah,
that's acceptable.
They're really
honestly,
cool.
I also really love dart frogs too.
Yeah,
that's another one that I think is really beautiful. Like, I
wish they got big.
Me too.
There are some like Tinctoria species that get pretty large.
They do. And then my third that I'd have to put in third place, because with me you can never just get one answer, is I love either emerald tree boa or green tree python. They both equally impress me.
It's the quintessential display snake, really.
There's always a conversation with us getting one. Like it's every couple of months, like, oh, should we just go ahead and do this?
Just do it. I want like a beautiful bib with all the water features and plants grown everywhere and color and I don't know. But then you know how much work you have to do. So the Cresteds are easy.
Yeah.
We love them.
They are.
They are.
What are your favorites?
Yeah, there you go.
No, you go.
Oh, I go?
I want to know what you guys think.
What am favorites in my collection or just anything that I could have?
Nick, you heard the question.
That I could have.
Don't ask questions. You heard the question.
Same question you asked us. I want to know what you guys think.
Ooh, man.
Tough.
That is a tough one. But, I've always been sort of like a compact reptile guy, nothing huge. But honestly, some sort of Cyclura iguana would probably be a rhino iguana or a rock iguana. One of those honestly would be like a dream animal. If I had the space, to actually keep it, which I definitely don't now. But one day, if I had the space, I will definitely have one of those for sure.
You'll get that. I'm sure you will. You have to. You have to have the dream species at some point.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, my answer's a two-parter. I'm like you. Nothing simple.
Okay. Nothing simple.
If I wanted to look at something and stare at it in a big, beautiful cage, I would pick First Spur Pardalis. Panther Chameleon.
Oh, Panther.
Sorry.
Yeah. It cut out.
I had to think about it, even though I knew what it was. I'm just so used to say. Anyway, there we go. Yeah. So that for display, but you can't interact with them, and I like to hold stuff. I'm a huge boa guy. That's how I pretty much got into all this. My first one was a Nicaraguan red tail.
Oh, beautiful.
So might have to say that as my second part.
All right, I like it.
Back to the beginning type deal.
Yeah.
We had a Panther Chameleon and we loved him, but he was so hard and he was so angry.
He hated everybody.
Especially
me. That sounds about right.
So we sent him to go have a lovely life of beautiful breeding because he was gorgeous and, all the things.
Gotcha.
But that's a daily debate I have with myself. I have to actively keep myself from buying more.
It's so hard. You want them, but they're tough. But yeah.
Yep. He's a chameleon guy. That's what he's into now for sure.
Yeah.
So
I got it bad. It's so bad.
It's so hard.
I always think about going back into carpet chameleons and things like that. They just look so cool. I'm like,
carpet chameleons are really cool looking.
But stay away.
They're really cool. I want a carpet python though.
Yeah.
Carpets are bad. Love those.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So definitely love.
You guys are clearly focusing on the New Caledonian gecko species.
We do.
Business wise, are you guys breeding and producing anything else, or are other things just pets?
No, everything we have is
everything
is breeding except for Chihuahua. We just have one.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously that wouldn't work, but
everything else.
But I mean the other thing, you have a pet like Mexican black king snake. Do you have any other just pet reptiles?
We have the tortoise.
Jumping spider. Oh, that's not a reptile.
What kind of tortoise do you have?
We have a cherry head.
Awesome.
His name is Other Kevin.
Other Kevin.
Our son named him.
Yep.
Okay.
The first one was
Very
Kevin.
nice.
Somebody sold us a really gorgeous blonde leopard tortoise, and I sat there. I picked the brain. It's the easiest tortoise. It's so easy. And we have friends, Font Animal Plant House. They're like amazing people. They breed tortoises. They came up. They're like the hardest, and they get huge. And so he was nice enough to swap a gorgeous cherry head little easy peasy.
Yeah.
So Other Kevin now. So
I like that. That's cute.
Kevin.
That's funny.
And then we also have a little mouse named Piccolito, who is also named by our child.
Cool.
And then the jumping
Very
spider. Cool. So we have 4 pets technically.
Yeah. What's the jumping spider's name?
Oh my gosh, Penelope Jazz Hands.
Penelope Jazz Hands.
Yeah. So on her, I'm not good with all the names of the body of the spider, but on her butt or on her, what is it?
Thorax.
Thorax. I was gonna say thorax.
Oh, thorax.
Thorax would be where the head is. Abdomen would be the butt.
Oh,
yeah,
abdomen.
The
so on the abdomen are these 2 little circles and a big, and so it looks like a face. So our friend Emily Burke went on and drew Jazz Hands on it. So I was like, well, it's got to have something with the name Jazz Hands. So it came down.
Penelope Jazz Hands.
She's so cute. I posted a picture of her on our page, so you have to go look at it after.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out. I didn't see it, but I'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
We keep a theme here at my house where we name all of our animals after like TV show characters, our favorite TV show or movie characters.
Oh, I love it.
So,
okay. Who's your favorite named animal?
Fuck. That's a hard question.
I was just thinking if they were to ask us the same thing. I have no idea.
That's a hard question. I'm down with Other Kevin for y'all. I like that. Other Kevin. I would maybe Pepper. That's our dog's name.
Okay.
It's Pepper.
I love it.
Pepper Potts from
Pepper Potts.
Iron Man.
We are Marvel fans.
Oh yeah. So. Yeah. Well, my Panther Chameleon is named Miles. Miles Morales.
Oh, Miles Morales. I love it.
Oh, you went ahead and just
yeah,
decided.
I did it because 6 months is too long. You never named it. So yes,
I was supposed to do it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm bad about it. I have names for most of my geckos, but some I have just no names for because I just have to think. It takes time.
Yeah. You have names for your geckos because of me.
And Emily and our sister, she's done that, and then and my wife has named one so far of a gecko.
I love when family members try to help out. We try to we have. Okay, so we have one gecko named Shaka Khanna, and it was because the parents were Yana and Nirvana. So we were like, what else works? Nothing.
It's derivative.
It has to be that. So we have a lot of names that are like derivative of something, or so we try to be clever. It's hard.
I like that.
We have a lot of friends that will go and see their collection, and they're like female 1, female 2. I'm like, what? You have to name them. Like they need names, just so you know. I'm looking at you, Nick.
Got a name.
That's true. I literally have a tub in there that has a sticker on it because I put some stickers on all my stuff for when my brother-in-law took care of my geckos last time. Because I wanted to make sure everything that had a gecko in it had a sticker, so he knew not to skip anything. Because when I go, he'll usually come and take care of it when I leave town. And it says no name, which is just awful.
No name 1, no name 2,
it just says
no name 3.
Yeah.
No name. Well, one of your geckos, you have to combine it and call it Noname or something.
Noname.
Noname.
Put a little accent on it.
Noname.
Yeah. We always keep in the notes section of our phone. We just keep a big board of lists or of names that it always strikes you when you're out and about and you're not in a position to actually label it at home. So we're just this is great. So we'll type it in, and so next time we have to name geckos, we'll just pull up the big board and all right, what works?
What do we like? Someone was telling me a story about a strip club they went to in Vegas, and at And I said, what was the name of the strip club? And he was like, oh, it was called Glitter Gulch. So we named a female Glitter Gulch because, hello, that's amazing.
Glitter Gulch? That's interesting.
Yeah. So names are fun for us. We enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part.
I sort of more on a breeding business standpoint. The question I kind of want to ask is, so you guys got started and you said you went for obviously what you thought you would like. You know, what was your favorite? I'm guessing color morphs and stuff like that when it comes to that.
Yeah.
What did you start with, and does that remain your focus to this day, or obviously you probably expanded, but no. So what did you guys start with, like morph wise, for Crested Geckos?
The funny conversation we had with each other before we like really threw ourselves in, we said, dang, I really want more lychees. And Brett was like, yeah, me too. I was like, I want like a room full of lychees. And he was like, yeah, me too. I said, okay, well, lychees are very expensive. And at the time, like the crusty market wasn't hit by like the Korean pricing, which, let's be honest, like after importing happened or exporting, the prices had just started skyrocketing, which maybe it was other factors too. But we said, no, let's do it. Let's get a bunch of crusteds. You know, I already did crusteds. I love them. I always will love them, but I really love lychees. We started getting the crusties and we're like, we'll have a couple pairs of lychees, but we're obsessed with the crusties. So
I mean, from a production standpoint too, crusties are way less drama.
Way less drama. And like, you don't have to worry about them murdering each other.
Exactly.
There's one female who's right here. Her name is Thelma. I don't know if you know Thelma. But she is literally staring at us right now. If I walk over there, she will attack the cage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's very vocal.
We always make jokes that like if she were to escape at night, she would kill you in your sleep.
Yes. She's aggressive. So back to your question.
Yeah, sure.
We started looking at some of our breeders. It was Stan at Crystalline Geckos where we started, actually.
Yeah.
So Stan, and then we just started buying actually a lot from Zen Gex, from Chase, and Sam at Crestopia. So a lot of their stuff is like the foundation. And there have been a lot of things that we started off and we produced and we really liked to start with. But as more stuff and more geckos and more different genetic traits start coming out, we found that our tastes have definitely, changed. But the nice thing is at every point in the hobby, there's always somebody who thinks, what you're making is the most beautiful gecko ever, because there's different tastes and different, just different, flavors for everybody. So that's kind of how we did it. And we always preach, buy your babies young. I can't tell you how many geckos we have in our collection that people are like, oh my God, what I wouldn't pay for that. Well, yeah, when you buy them really little and they don't know what they're going to look like, but the parents look good and they, you have the eye, you do it. That's how you end up with geckos that, nobody would sell because nobody sells them when they're like that. They only sell babies. So.
Yeah. Instead of looking through like individual traits, we looked for like certain pairings. Like the power pairings from certain from different breeders, and we would buy 2 or 3 at a time from those. So you're getting you're buying them as babies, so they're cheaper. You're getting them multiple geckos at once. You're getting a group deal, and then you grow them all out. You pick the best of those. So the one that goes into your collection as a breeder is the best one that you could possibly end up with for a quarter of the price of what you would pay as an adult. And that's how we
produced this beautiful little beastie.
Awesome.
Her name is Shatterglass.
Yeah.
She's got these great lateral, like all this fluffy pattern.
Yeah.
Like doesn't help as much, but anyways, we picked up Mom and loved Mom. And then as soon as she starts producing stuff like this, you're like, all right, Mom, I love you, but you're getting out produced. So there's always ways to develop your stuff. Right. And I'll show you another one that we bought as a baby that I don't think a lot of people would sell as an adult.
Yeah. Just real quick, I'll throw up Jacob's comment. Hey, buddy. He's a friend of mine from local here where I live. Does the shows with me. Also breeds Crested Geckos, lychees, ball pythons. Looks like we lost my brother for a second, so he'll be back.
It's all good.
I'm sure. But yeah, that's cool, man. I really like that you guys do it that way. I wish that, does he bring himself back in? We're all good?
Yeah.
I talked to at least probably 2 or 3 times per show that we do. They're like, "Oh, do you have any breeder females?" Like,
yeah, I get that all
really,
the time.
no.
Right.
To be honest, the best thing is I tell them, just buy young.
Right.
Find the
It
pairs
doesn't
that you
take that long. The time really flies by, I mean,
it really doesn't. Yeah.
A year and a half, 2 years, it seems like forever when you think about it. You're not, but then after you do it a few times, it's not that long. Yeah. Oh wow.
So, anyways,
oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Okay, and let me ask. Is there Lily going on there?
Yeah, this is a Lily.
Okay, I was just making sure because I've seen some
Patternless tail.
I've seen some crazy creams that people have said were not actually
we have a couple.
lilies.
Hold on, let me turn the light down on the
Yeah.
this thing so you can see him. But
yeah,
he's just a really nice lily. Like, I'm not huge on lilies personally. I'm trying to orient can't figure out how the camera is, but
that's good.
We're not huge on lilies. Like, I like our lilies to be female, but like, look at him. We got him as a baby. You would never have known that he would have this much coverage.
I feel like I might have seen. Did you put a progression picture on one of your pages? Yeah. I saw this one when I was looking into you guys the other day, and I was looking at all your pictures because I got to tell y'all. First of all, I was completely blown away. I mean, y'all had some really cool geckos that I liked at your table at Tinley. The first time I think I came to the table was Friday. I was really looking at maybe that tricolor, but I ended up with the other one that I really wanted for what I want to do with my red stuff. But I mean, you did have some nice stuff on the table, but I was absolutely blown away by your pictures on Instagram and Facebook. You guys got some absolutely insane geckos.
Yeah, and the good thing about this, thank you. Yeah, the great thing about this upcoming Tinley too is a lot of those pictures that you saw. Those are breeders this year, and we'll be bringing a lot of those to the show. A lot of those babies.
This is Warm Room. He's not a lily.
Wow. Okay, so he's just super creamy.
So our primary focus, this is actually a Winchester kid from Donna in Crimson Crusties. She's amazing. And Winchester is the dad. And we have our main focus, obviously, is always for very high pattern.
Yep.
Lots of coverage.
Yeah, a lot of coverage. Great structure, first and foremost, obviously.
Right.
But I got go ahead.
Oh, sorry. There's a question for you, Gabby. You said that you like your lilies to be female. Is there any particular reason for that?
Yes. I will tell you. So, okay. I know it sounds
We just happen to have kind of an opposite thought.
So I don't necessarily have an opposite opinion. I don't know. I'm really new to that part of it. I can tell you I can tell you a cool story in a minute, but I've heard a lot of people say that they prefer to have male lilies. So,
but I'll tell you why I defer. And I think Brett, you agree too.
I fully agree with you.
So we invest a lot of money in our males because, we invest a lot in all of our animals. Like, we really try to have the best of the best. But a male can definitely put his genetics to many different females. However, the females are being, I don't want to say wasted because I don't want to put it the wrong way and sound offensive, but the females, you're stuck to just the genetics staying there. Whereas when you put your really nice males that you put a lot of time, a lot of money in, and you put that to a lily female, I just feel like you're utilizing your males better than potentially utilize,
than having a lily male and throwing into everything to make for the sake of making lilies, which I've seen a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But we would rather put, an amazing high-end male to a lily female.
So
and
you get that
even
lily
your
in
9 lilies out of that pairing are going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense.
It's just for the genetics. Like, if I have a really, really nice female, like, we actually have this conversation a lot. We have Cuckoo's Nest, who's is from.
I think that she's on my thumbnail.
She is. She's a very popular gecko because Cindy produced her at Gecko Haven, and we're finding that it seems to be a co-dominant genetic trait, and she's calling it a sable line, and she's so amazing. And sometimes I'm like, do we want to put a male lily to her? Because I'd rather put something that's going to make non-lilies because of how nice she is, So that's the example of where you have a male that's really nice, and do you want to utilize the genetics from your female and make have lilies, and half of them are, visual and half art. Whereas if it's your female who's the lily, it's much easier choice. What nice male do you put to her? You know what I mean?
Yep.
His genes can go to other females, whereas the lily stays with the lily female.
Sure. Yeah, that's solid logic. I get it 100%. It's awesome to hear a different perspective on it because this year is really the first time I've sort of breaking into lilies, and I broke in through the back door, I like to say, because I went to my local show. I wasn't actually vending it. And I found a breeder there who had Crested Geckos on her table quite often, but she also does these weird little Highlander cats too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's odd. But she was getting out of it, I guess, and she had a female gecko on her table. That was pretty nice. It's a lavender extreme harlequin with from Altitude Lines.
Nice.
But she had her on there for $600, and I was like, well, is she a $600 gecko? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it said ask. So I was like, okay. So I asked, and she pulled up this picture of this insane lily white male that she bred it to. So basically she was gravid already, and I just kind of had to trust that was definitely what happened, and I bought her, and she laid a total of 5 eggs for me, and I got 3 lilies off of her from those 5 eggs.
You made your money back.
Yeah, well, I'm keeping them, obviously. They're not going anywhere. Yeah. They're not going anywhere. So it's interesting because I've been thinking in the back of my mind, like, oh man, I hope at least one of these is a male. But now it's like, well, maybe not,
Yeah, it's just a different perspective on it.
Yeah, it's all in how you have your collection stacked up.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure that out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Exactly where I'm trying to go. When I bought the one from you guys at Tinley, it was because I wanted to try to move in more of a red direction. I had a holdback that is just really has a lot of red, and I just wanted to try to do some more. For me, I really like red Crested Geckos, so I thought, if I could start moving in that direction, at least with part of what I'm doing, then I can do that. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the direction because when I started this, I started the wrong way. I got, just a Crested Gecko because I didn't have any reptiles at the time, and I've always had reptiles, and I was like, I need something. So
you gotta get the fix.
Yeah. Yep. So I just bought a Crested Gecko at a show, and I had him for a while. And I was like, well, it'd be cool to try to breed Crested Geckos again because I did it once before. And then I just bought whatever female I could get. And that's how it started. And then I started to think, well, no, I need to be a little bit more focused and try to buy the nicest that I can afford. So that's what I've been trying to do.
But there's no wrong way to get into them, because obviously, like, you got excited and it triggered something in you, and that's amazing. There's nothing wrong with getting that. It's just, but mindful breeding, trying to find the right things to elevate.
That's what I'm trying to do now, is to not just breed anything, because the first female I had, she came from Kate's Colorful Cresteds originally.
Oh
She's pretty nice and red, and basically a bicolor, but she was basically bald. She really had awful structure, so I started out with a female with pretty awful structure. Luckily, my male structure seemed to mostly make up for that. And I sort of got in the midline babies, decent crests, but nothing floppy.
It's okay. That's you can always breed in structure. That's always something that you can work on. And proper incubation time. I've seen like lineage and said, okay, the parents definitely have it. There's some people who just incubate their temperatures too warm and they pop out quicker. And I know people have done studies on quicker incubation versus longer. And the study basically said sometimes the ones that go quicker can be more colorful, but not as well structured. But I don't know if that's the case, because we have really beautifully colored babies with great structure. So I don't know. For the most part, you can control it.
Since you brought it up, what general temperature you guys incubate at?
So everything for us is whatever our house is set to, and in the winter it's 70, and in the summer it's 70. So it's either AC 70 or heat 70. And then like in our room we'll like crack a window, so there's consistency. The lights from the LED cages warm up the cages, so the females tend to be really good at laying. We'll change the light cycle in the, like, if they're on right now because it's we're doing the live, but
manual on.
We'll turn them back off. Sorry guys, torture you for a little while, but
I know now they're confused.
They're like, what time is it? But with the exception of that, we will try to like cycle the light like similar to what the seasons are doing.
Sure.
And then we try to keep our temperatures pretty consistent. In our baby room, we have an oil style heater, which is like, the big metal ones with the leg.
Yeah.
And we just bump that up a little bit for them because they don't have LED lights like that. So our eggs incubate at whatever our room temp is, which is usually around 70, 71, 72 degrees. And then everything else is kept, in their own temps, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
That heater you mentioned, what am I trying to say here? What you said, oil heater? What is?
Yeah, they're called like oil heaters. They're not like actually like you're not like dropping oil in, or it's just like this style. There have been
it almost looks like an old radiator, like a wall-mounted radiator.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got plug-in. It's got like manual dials.
Yeah.
Just not the digital electric ones, because those can short out or they can turn like all the way on. I've heard of people losing collections and animals because they'll go out of town. They're more prone to fire. It's a lot of.
Is there like an exterior thermostat on it where it can kind of tell?
You can put an exterior. Yeah. You can put one. We keep ours very low, so we don't worry about it. And then like if we're out of town or if something happens, we have somebody who watches the house and we'll keep an eye, or just turn it off altogether when we're not home. We do usually have at least like one person home for the majority of the day. So
gotcha. Yeah, I might have to get with you guys and find out what brand you use and whatnot, because I could definitely use that. After. This is a brutal winter for us right now. I'm having a hard time keeping the room the temperature I need it to.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. It's snowing actually for us right now, which is
we're getting hammered.
Are you getting it too? Yeah.
Oh, so it's going from us up to him.
Yeah, so you're gonna get it next. So good luck. But the heater really works, and you can get it at Home Depot, and it's I think we spent somewhere between $40 and $60 on it. So very reasonable, worth it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you can attach a thermostat to it so that you can be very sure. It doesn't have like a digital thermostat that says, "Hey, I want it set to 76 degrees or 80 degrees or whatever temp you want." So you can do it with the thermostat if you'd like to.
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Nice. Sorry, I just had to ask about that because
no, you're good.
It's important to know those things because you're better to ask and get an answer from somebody who's had the experience with it than just guess and potentially make any not mistakes, but you don't want to learn the hard way. Put it that way.
Yeah. Right now we're keeping the house at like 73 or 74, which is just too hot.
It's so
for
hot.
me. It's so hot, but it's the only way I can keep this room warm during the day.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to stress them out too bad. So
don't blame you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm constantly back and forth with the wife. It's hot in here. And I'm like, it's really cold outside. Let's just keep the thermostat set a little higher.
Yeah, we keep the thermostat
because I've got geckos all over my house.
Cool.
Yeah. I've got them in my bedroom. I've got them in my living room.
Oh, never mind.
We're in an apartment, so
in the bedroom doesn't make it easier.
Yeah. That's where it started in the reptile corner. I like to call it. It's literally just a corner of racks.
It
actually started in the bedroom too.
Yeah, we had the same deal.
The really good thing about keeping chameleons though is I really only have to struggle during the day because nighttime drops are key for them. Yeah. So mid 60s, perfect for me, perfect for them.
Perfect.
Great.
And then they've got to put heat, like heat bulbs on them. Just UV.
Wait, do you mean during the day or at night?
Yeah, during the day.
During the day.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They have a basking lamp, and then UV. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah.
Excuse me.
They're very sensitive to light, so they're probably pissed off right now. Honestly, they really like it dark.
They're like, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, they're really. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. They like have a really good pattern recognition.
Yeah.
So when I come in here, my lights go off at 7:30, and when I come in here at 7:20, they're in the sleep spots.
Yeah, they're in there sleeping.
The lights are on, but
like
they're in their PJs and they're sleeping.
That's how it was when I was breeding bearded dragons 2 years ago. When I had a bunch of beardies, they're like off switch. Yeah.
Yeah. They know. They're regulated by their schedules.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. But so what else was I going to say? So Cresties is obviously your biggest thing, but you're doing other New Caledonian species.
Yep.
Gargoyles.
Yep.
You got a bunch of pairs of those, or are you doing a smaller number?
Smaller. Yeah, much smaller number. We currently have breeding. Like we have a 1.2.
1.3 at the moment.
Oh yeah, it is a 1.3 at the moment.
Excuse me. Sorry.
And we have, I think, 4 more growing out right now. They're in like juvenile stage. So
yeah,
we have 4 more growing out. We said all as high end as we can go with them. So we have really pretty higher end gargoyles.
Yeah,
just for the fun of it.
Yeah, it's just more. Everybody always asks, and we still do love them.
Yeah.
But we kind of like a what's that?
He said stripes and blotches.
Yeah, we'll have one stripe group and one kind of blotch reticulated group, and that'll be that.
Mix it up a little.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a really nice one from Tiki's, actually. Deadpool wine.
Nice. Yeah.
Deadpool wine. Yeah. Very familiar. Yeah. That's awesome.
And some from Brian at Sundown. His stuff is amazing. You'll have to do one with him because he's got
we need ideas of who to reach out to. We obviously have like ideas of like big people, but
you should have.
I know
AJ
you mentioned somebody.
And Brian, Brian Susan. He has Sundown and then AJD Reptiles. So we love partnering with him. He was actually another one.
Yeah, he's one of our foundational guys. We have a lot of our original breeding stock from AJ.
Yeah, and they're amazing.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know. I'll have to get some information from you afterwards on those, so I can reach out maybe. I know you mentioned AJ the other day, and I'm just not familiar personally with him. But I would definitely like to
familiarize
myself.
He's been around for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of those things where I wish I knew everybody, but I don't.
Yeah, it takes time. You'll meet everybody over time.
Yeah.
And if we're being honest, this is probably our favorite format, right? Interviews. I mean, it's certainly
absolutely.
I'm a people person. I love hearing from people and getting to know everybody, and you always learn something. Always.
Yep.
So it's a good
time.
Yeah,
for sure. I've learned a few things from you guys tonight. It's always good to talk to people who have more years in it than I do, because this is really where I want my niche to be.
Yeah.
With these New Caledonian gecko species, but
I'm
growing very slowly at my own pace. But I just, always had to take an opportunity to learn from somebody with some more experience. So definitely appreciate that.
Listen, I talk to people who are the most experienced sometimes, and we hear stories from them, and we learn from them, and then they'll learn something from us. I think everybody finds their own ways of doing things, and it can help and benefit anyone,
Definitely the kind of niche way of keeping. And definitely broaden some horizons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I think about the only other thing that I wanted to try to get out there, in case more than the 5 people who are watching see this video at some point, which they will, I'm sure.
They will. They have to. We'll make sure we share it too. If you show me how to, I'm not very.
Oh, sure, yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. You guys are obviously doing shows. We saw you guys at Tinley, and you're in North Carolina, so you're doing some long distance shows. You guys, how many shows do you do a year?
If you asked us this last year, it would be a different number than this year.
Yeah.
Shows have kind of hit a little decline. There's a lot of competitive booking right now for different showrunners, and in our area, it's becoming a little oversaturated, and I think that it's kind of taking away from the excitement of going to a reptile show, and I hope that they work on that. Last year, we were doing 2 to 3 a month, and now we're doing 1 a month or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, about 1 a month, and we're kind of expanding a bit more into the shows that we did. We used to only be in the Southeast, but this past year we started going to Tinley and Schaumburg, things like that. We've gone up to the Mid-Atlantic with the Battlefield show.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're talking about Texas.
Yeah, we've been talking about Texas,
and,
California.
Yeah, he wants to do California, which I said, go for it.
Do Pomona? You're gonna do the Pomona Super Show? Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
cool.
That's about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about to happen.
I think so.
There was a group of us that went, and we shopped at the Anaheim show this past September, and we had a blast.
They loved it.
Cool.
Nice.
Might try to give it a shot. Who knows?
Nice. Yeah. That's actually another question I was talking to you about earlier, Nick. What's it like to vend Tinley? Because the all that surrounds Tinley.
It's a lot of talking.
Yes.
It can be very exhausting, but it's also such a rush because it definitely gets you in the mood to shop. I spend more at Tinley than we make.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, you have to show them. Hold on, I'll see if I can grab him. Hold on.
Yeah, but it's great though, because we've been tons of other reptile shows throughout the Southeast, and it's great. But as soon as you get to Tinley, like it's a whole different animal where everybody up there is at the top of their game, and everybody is a who's who. There is nobody or some rando up there.
Been doing it while there's COVID, so could you imagine?
I know. We haven't been getting into Tinley for a while. We just now got into it this past year. So I really can't wait to see it full force and back.
It's definitely very similar to what you described on the other side of the booth as well. I mean, Tinley is something special. And our first Tinley experience was pre-COVID.
Oh my God. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, we picked that one up this past Tinley.
So he's the most expensive gecko that I've ever purchased.
Oh,
and my eye, I called Brett and I said, honey, I'm about to spend this. And he's like, don't you dare. And I was like, I'm going to do it. And then he
sounds
saw
like
he's so gorgeous.
Yeah. He was like, all right, I'm glad
I was like, yeah, go ahead and do it.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission anyway. I'm definitely the trigger happy buyer. And Brett's like, are you sure? And then we do it. And he's like, okay, all right. Yeah. We're good.
It's necessary because if not, I would kind of think about it too much and then somebody else would.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'm bad about that.
Yeah.
Isn't he perfect?
I'm bad about that.
Absolutely.
I had to have a trigger pull moment at Tinley as well.
Oh,
I just had to make a decision and just go.
Yeah,
just
Don't
for fun,
go shopping
since he's.
with me because you'll go home with everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm a very bad influence.
Yeah, just get it.
I need somebody else to spend as much money as I do, so I don't feel as guilty sometimes.
Yeah, but just for fun, since he's right next to the thing, this is.
Oh, let me see.
Camera. This is the one I got from you guys.
Oh my gosh, I want to see.
Let me find the camera. There we go.
I know,
oh
my gosh, look at how. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh my goodness gracious. He's crazy.
From what we can see, look at. Oh my gosh, that came out amazing.
Didn't it though?
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm
you
so
talk
proud.
You talk about the pattern and the saturation, of the pattern. That he's got it, man. He's definitely among my favorites right now. So thanks.
Good, we're so glad. This Tinley, if you guys come, make sure you stop by. We're bringing some really nice stuff that we've made. So
definitely want to. Hopefully, it'll be something that you and Kate can swing this year. What with new baby on the way?
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
Nobody can make it happen.
It's all right. I got this.
You make it happen.
Yeah. There's always room for bad decisions in my life, and going to Tinley's usually one of them. So
yes, it is.
Yeah,
we love Tinley.
We went in 2018 and then couldn't go. The other times, so we finally last year.
Was it 19? I thought it was 18.
I said 18. Yeah.
You did say 18? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. We went just the guys, and then we said, well, let's do the couples this year. So that's what we did, and it was it was crazy.
Yeah, we love it because there's also like the other side of like the sales side of it or the shopping side. There's a lot of relationships that are facilitated and like worked on, and like you get to know other people, and it's really fun to do it that way. Like the other night we were in Baltimore, actually this past weekend, probably wherever I got what's going on with my cold at the moment. But we were in Baltimore, Sam with Crestopia, Allie with Hidden Valley Geckos, Emily Burke from everybody knows Emily Burke artwork, and Christy from Christy's Reptile Room. And like all of us brought our like really nice babies, and we're literally just sitting there and swapping and exchanging. And all of that happens from meeting each other at shows and like really getting to know other people. So a really great way to just start meeting breeders and having great conversations is doing the shows and introducing yourself,
Yeah, that's another aspect of this whole industry and this hobby that I've really learned from her. Is making those relationships and friendships, because I mean, again, when it comes to like a buying and selling of gecko, 90% of all of the great geckos that are up for sale will never hit the open market. They're always done like
between friends.
Breeder to breeder, friend to friend. Like, oh, hey, I have this one from this pairing. I've really been eyeing this pairing. Let's just trade out. and
right.
you know, you have that gecko before it ever gets posted online for anybody to buy for any price.
We're trying to come up with like an opportunity for people to get together and have some kind of experience like that. So stay tuned for something fun like that too.
Yeah, well, I know that Tinley's technically a breeders conference, but
yes,
like a real breeders conference for just breeders.
But yeah, more or less like New Caledonian specific.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Great.
Nice.
We have
This is actually kind of giving me a little bit of an idea. Maybe we should try to do like a Tinley series of interviews, so we can make like a whole.
That would be cool.
That would be very cool. And you guys just started it, so thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Speaking of that, that brings a question. So you said you got some really pretty stuff you want to bring to Tinley. What are your biggest plans and goals for this year's Tinley? Next year? This year? Yeah, it's January.
We're gonna do March and we're gonna do October. October is gonna be a really fun one because I think that's when we're gonna do a release of some of our breeders, because we have maybe if I'm able to, I'll unplug the phone and show you the other room before we hang up or leave or whatever. I'm old. I just said hang up. You know, people
it's
don't
all good.
Hang out.
Hang up. I know.
Watch the cord.
Watch the cord.
Yeah.
Watch the cord.
Like
exactly.
twirling it all around.
Yeah.
But we have so many things that we're growing out, and we are officially out of adult space. And we've always said that if we can't have all of these filled with like the nicest of the nice, then we have to move something out. So we want to continuously be bringing in and growing up and keeping nice ones. So the March Tinley will be a lot more babies and really nice opportunities and fun opportunities to grow something out. Because let's be honest, Nick, if you showed me that male that you bought as a baby, I'm happy that you sold him, but I wouldn't sell him now. He's gorgeous, you know? So
yeah.
This is why you buy your babies. So we'll bring a little bit more baby focused probably in March, and then more adults and breeders come October. That's
we always try to go for October. So I will definitely be in there on Friday, combing over your table.
There will be
maybe we'll meet you on Thursday.
Or that.
Have a room party. Yeah. That's also not uncommon,
definitely.
You know.
Yeah, just plan to spend my entire budget at Morph Menagerie.
And one fell through. We got this. Don't worry.
Which honestly, we could
My
maybe
wife says
even
no.
We can maybe even get together and work up a little meet and greet down where you guys are, because like I said, we got family down there, so there's multiple reasons for us to be in Raleigh. So
oh my gosh, if you ever come and you want to visit, you're welcome to come over. We can play and you can do it if you want to. Bring it to
awesome.
YouTube. You can if you want to. Just come see it. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, maybe a tour.
Yeah,
a YouTube tour. You would be open to that. Yeah, that would be cool.
Things.
Yeah, I love those kind of videos. I've never had an opportunity to do one. I don't feel like my collection really warrants bunches and bunches of videos. It's not really that impressive. So it's like,
oh, stop! I'm sure you're not giving yourself enough credit.
That's when I started the channel. I was like, what am I going to make videos about? Am I just going to make videos about the same geckos every single week? Because I don't have any new things really coming in. So it's like, this is this gecko, and then next week this is the gecko again. You know.
It's funny you say that, because we just had some friends actually surprise us tonight. It was Kenny, who has cold-blooded only, which is upside down geckos, and then Sam with Cartopia and Allie with Hidden Valley. They came over and surprised us tonight, and they were like, we're looking through geckos, and they're like, I don't understand. How come I've never seen this? I was like, you don't understand. We have so many geckos that I can't even photograph them all. So if you want to come over and do content, please help me. I would love it. We need you. Okay.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
A symbiotic relationship, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
You.
Yeah.
Another thing we've been kicking around for the future, maybe in Gecko Galaxy, is a corn snake project.
Fun.
We always talk about it.
You have to handle it.
Yeah. No, I'll be facilitating here at our Virginia office.
I live in West Virginia, and I live in West Virginia, and I can't apparently have them. It's I don't know. Really? I'm calling the I'm going to call the DNR soon, because the law is really not that specific. It just says you can't take, because they're technically native, but they're only native to one little. Yeah, they're only native to one little county way up by Maryland. I mean, it's just, and they're not. We don't have. They're not widespread throughout the state here. I can understand with some other things, and we're not talking about doing, just your standard red corn snakes. We're talking about doing some more locale specific stuff. Or stuff like that. So, yeah.
I think you can definitely do that, and I'm sure there's like special licensure too that you can get.
Yeah, the only thing it says is that you can get basically like grandfathered in if you already have stuff. Like you can apply for an exemption basically if you already had it prior to the law.
If you already haven't you had it this whole time?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to incriminate myself.
It's hard to get them here other than just like at pet stores or if you get them ordered in. But I don't know if I tried to get with somebody like on Morph Market, they might when they find out I'm in West Virginia, they might say no. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I used to do it when I lived in Virginia in the same place that he lives. I used to breed corns, and I really miss it.
Where in Virginia are you, Charles?
Virginia? Oh, me. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
Newport News area, like just eastern Virginia.
So you're only like 3 hours away.
Yeah, not
that,
far at all.
Right?
Yeah.
No, you're not far.
And
then in West Virginia, I don't think you're that far either, Nick.
Well, yeah, I'm in Huntington, so all the way on the western side of the state.
Okay. Maybe you are.
So it's a little ways. Yeah, I mean, when I drive to him, it's like 5-6 hours.
I was gonna say I think we drive through that area when we're going up to like Tinley's,
probably
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good 8-hour drive for us when we go from my house to Tinley.
That's actually not bad.
For us. If you're driving,
14,
it's a lot.
Oh, if I'm driving,
if I'm driving, 6.5, 7.
If he's just
I'm
a grandma.
Brad drives the whole way, and I'm so lucky. I just sit there and play on social media and
marathon.
Yeah, he's good at it.
All right, interesting. Just for a little tidbit, Jacob says he thinks he changed it to all. Do you mean, Jacob, that you can't have any of the corn snakes, no matter what they are, no matter what color they are, or what locale they are?
That's such a bummer.
That's lame.
Yeah. They're such a great species to keep too.
I really enjoy them. Like I said, I've always been more of a compact reptile guy.
Yeah, I have to agree. I like smaller.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Nick, but I mean, the stuff with that we have that's native to Virginia, it's not that you can't keep it. There's laws against selling it.
Yeah.
But we can keep. I mean, we have corns native here. So
but the whole point of doing a breeding project eventually would be to obviously you'd have to move some of the offspring. I mean, you can do holdbacks and things like that. So, but the point of doing it in for our purposes is ultimately to sell at some point. And if I can't do that, then
I mean, I can't sell them here. It doesn't mean you can't sell them somewhere else.
Maybe, yeah.
You could always send them to Charles, and he could sell them.
Sure, yeah. I make trips down there all the time, so I can't bring them. Yeah,
exactly.
We'll figure it out.
We got this. We'll work it. We'll work around the law.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, he says can't have any unless you already had them. So interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now it's all over the internet that you have them. So
you got
I know. I've just outed myself.
Yeah.
Don't call the DM.
You should have said we're planning on doing something with these corns I already have.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah. No, but that's okay. All right. Well, I mean, we've hit the over an hour mark now, so I think we've gotten just about everything we can get out of you guys, and we greatly appreciate you sitting down with us. Yeah. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, this is fun.
Awesome. We appreciate you guys. This is
for sure.
Love it.
Thank you for having us. It's so nice. We're very appreciative of it. So thank you.
Oh, well,
thank you guys.
So thank you for that.
Yeah. All right. Send us the link so that we can share it.
Oh yeah, definitely will. So, brother, you gonna do the outro?
Yeah, of course. I always do the outro when I'm here. Anyway,
don't forget. Didn't do a very good job last time.
Yeah, I heard. Literally, because I was listening. Anyway, don't forget to hang out for a second, guys. We'll get you all the links and everything you need after the show. But here we are, another Friday, another episode, another wonderful interview with our friends Brett and Gabby over at Morph Menagerie. Thank you guys so very much for coming. They're hanging out, we're hanging out, and you're hanging out. This is Reptile Hangouts podcast, guys. We'll see you next week, hopefully with another guest. We're not sure yet, still on the ropes, but we'll see you for sure either way. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.